Number 12 says, which of the following signs on Q and W represent a system that is doing work on the surroundings as well as gaining heat from the surroundings? So the first thing we need to do is I'm going to go through all possibilities and then we will answer this question in 1 second. So Q is our heat and W is our work. And each of these can have two values independent of each other. So when Q is positive, the system gains heat. When Q is negative, the system loses heat. And remember that in a chemistry class, the system is usually a chemical reaction. If we were standing near this system and the system is gaining heat, we would be part of the surroundings. It would be gaining heat from us. This would feel cold. If the system is losing heat, it would be losing heat to the surroundings. So it would be giving off heat. This would feel hot. So this is a little bit counterintuitive. When Q is negative, it feels hot. Why? Because the system, which is the chemical reaction often, is losing heat, and it's losing heat to us, the surroundings, and something that's giving off or losing heat feels hot. Work is the same way. So if work is positive, system gains work. And if work is negative, the system loses work. If the system gains work, this is usually by a change in volume, we could say this contracts. All right, the volume gets smaller. If the system loses work, it gives off volume, it gets bigger, the system would expand. So this is basically the practical, and this is what we're seeing. So let's take a look at the question. Which of the following signs on Q and W represent a system that is doing work on the surroundings? Well, if the system is doing work, the system is losing work. So in this case, W is negative because it's doing work or it's losing work, and therefore the system is actually expanding into the surroundings. That's how it does work on the surroundings, by expanding. As well as gaining heat from the surroundings. Well, if the system gains heat, Q is equal to a positive. And if it's gaining heat from the surroundings, and this is a chemical reaction, and we're part of the surroundings, something that gains heat from us feels cold. So the answer to this question is choice letter A. Q is positive and W is negative.